Sister Nikki. You brought me back. The Mother Confessor still walks, and only your Han is strong enough to kill her. I think I know a way to find her.
How about some rosemary?
Oh, God.
What would your mother say?
About our ability to create ambrosio delights from roots and herbs scavenged from the wilderness.
No. About two strong men fussing over the fire while a woman chops wood for them.
On a good team, each member performs in accordance with their abilities. And judging by your recent attempts to produce something approximating corn cake, it might be best for you to stick to chopping. Richard, wait! They flew over that ridge. I can't see which way they went. Guards are hungry beasts. Only trained ones save their prey until later, and the only trained guards in the Midlands are the personal pets of the Margrave of Rothenburg, the richest man in all the territories.
Rothenburg is days from here. Caitlin could be dead by the time we get there.
If the Margrave had ordered his guards to kill her, she'd be dead already. He must want her alive for some reason.
Let's go before he changes his mind.
I must warn you. The ancient lords of Rothenburg had a powerful spell of protection cast on the walls of their realm. Within those walls, no magic has any power. Not my wizardry, not Coraz's yield.
Not Caitlin's confessor power.
Harold.
Margrave?
Do you know who this woman is?
Yes, Your Majesty. I saw her once sitting in judgment in Idindro. She's Caitlin Amnell, the confessor.
Send word to our friend that we're ready to complete our agreement.
What agreement? What are you talking about?
We'll find out. Soon enough. Take her to the dungeon.
You're a fool if you think the Seeker isn't going to find me.
They'll never get here in time.
Nobody has ever escaped the Margrave's dungeon. There's always a way out. You don't know the Margrave. I take it you do? I'm his wife. What are you doing in his dungeon? My husband has grown tired of me and wishes to marry another. The law of right and good forbids anyone to break the marriage vow, so he has sentenced me to death. On what grounds? He needs none. According to the law, the Margrave's word is final and absolute. I'm Caitlin Amnell, the Mother Confessor, and the only laws in the Midlands are the ones that I enforce. I've never heard of this law of right and good. I swear to you on the Creator and all the spirits that I am going to get us out of here. No. When the Margrave chooses his new bride, his executioner is going to take me to the block. And I must accept it. Karalon Esrie Karalon. Stra!
Sister Nikki, you spent your life praying to be united with the Keeper. Now here you are, back in the world of the living.
My sisters brought me back, so I could do what you and your minions failed to do time and again. Capture the Mother Confessor.
If you have the Mother Confessor, then why are you not laying her lifeless body at my feet?
I sent word to the Margrave of Rothenburg asking him to send his guards for her. She's in the Margrave's dungeon, a place where the Seeker and his friends will be unable to use magic to rescue her.
Very clever. So clever, in fact, that I'm left wondering what you might possibly need from me.
In exchange for turning the Mother Confessor over to me, the Margrave wants a guarantee, signed in the Keeper's blood, that when the Keeper puts an end to all life, he and his court will be granted eternal immunity from death.
Do you think the Keeper is interested in almost winning?
Remember the prophecy, Darken Ra. As long as the Mother Confessor's pure heart beats, the Keeper is doomed to fail. A handful of lives isn't money to spare in exchange for millions.
I will convey your message to the Keeper and persuade him to accept your terms.
We can tunnel under the rampart stair. That'll look more than 20 hands thick.
There's no time for tunneling. There's almost no time at all. With the help of the listening spell, I've done some eavesdropping outside the walls. There's a rumor that the Margrave has struck a deal with the Sisters of the Dark.
What kind of deal?
Eternal life for the Margrave and his court in exchange for Caelan's head.
We have to get in there. We can get over the wall.
And once we're inside, it'll be 3 against hundreds with no magic at our disposal. I believe there's another way. Apparently, the Margrave is about to choose a new bride to share with him the eternity he is purchasing with Caelan's life. Every high-born beauty in the Midlands has been competing to be chosen, but the Margrave has narrowed the selection to the Countess of Dunstable and the Princess of Thrice. They'll both be arriving at the palace tomorrow morning.
Zed, why are you telling us the local gossip when Caelan is going to be handed over to the Sisters of the Dark?
Because the Margrave has known the Countess for years, but he knows the Princess only by her glowing reputation. He has never actually laid eyes on her. If the Princess and her retinue happen to be intercepted on their way, we could arrive at the palace in their place and be welcomed with open arms.
All we need is a princess.
Oh, no.
Kara, it could work.
I'm no princess.
No, you're not. Especially not this princess, who is renowned for her delicacy, her charm, and most especially her virtue. But the impossibility of the task must not prevent us from undertaking it. Her Serene Highness, Princess Laurelin of Thrice.
I think we should dig the tunnel.
Prince Roderick, renowned for his golden locks and his prowess.
He doesn't look like much of a fighter.
Not that kind of prowess. His reputation is not the only thing that precedes him into the room. If the stories are true, he's won the favors of 1,000 women. Wives have been known to poison their husbands for a chance to be number 1001. And I shall impersonate the princess's beloved aunt, the Dowager Duchess of Thrice.
Zed, I thought you couldn't use magic to change our appearance. The spell would dissolve once we pass the gates.
I don't need magic to perpetrate the illusion. Just a little color on my cheeks and my skills as a thespian. Now to find a quiet place where our royal friends can take a nice, long, magical nap. What's that? Chamomile, quince, and a touch of saffron. My mother's recipe for putting a little gold in her tresses. Should work just as well on you. But that your transformation were simple. You must unlearn everything you know and believe. To begin with, you must never look any man in the palace directly in the eye. You must never speak your mind on any subject, but always defer to the opinion of your masculine betters.
There's no such thing.
Exactly the attitude you must abandon. Most challenging of all, when in the Margrave's presence, a lady must always, without exception, speak in rhyming dactylic tetrameter.
In what?
A poetic meter, in which each line consists of 4 groups of 3-syllable phrases with the accent on the first syllable. And the first syllable of the 4th phrase of each line must rhyme with the corresponding syllable on the line before it.
You're making this up.
I passionately wish I were. I shall demonstrate by example. If the Margrave were to ask you, hasn't the weather been nice lately? You might answer, the night was a tumult of thunder and storm. But ever since then, it's been lovely and warm. Care to try?
There's no way I'm going to win this competition.
You don't have to win. You just need to keep us in the game long enough for Richie to find Kaelin and rescue her.
Her luminous majesty, the Princess of Thrice. Her brother, Prince Roderick the Golden. Her Eminence, the Dowager Duchess of Thrice. Her Celestial Munificence, the Countess Drusilla of Dunstable. And her companion, the Viscountess of Woollingsworth. Welcome, Your Highnesses. Drusilla, my friend, is your father the Count feeling any better?
If at the Creator's feet I did kneel, and she were to grant me the power to heal, no greater balm could my father desire than the wishes that issue from you, my dear sire.
No greater balm could I desire than your grace and charm in my hall. I have received many glowing reports of your beauty, Princess, but even the most glowing of all fail to do justice to your radiance. I take it your journey was pleasant and safe.
The journey was lovely. With only one minus, how long it took to travel to the palace of your highness.
I confess that I'm puzzled. I heard that in the art of meter and rhyme, nobody surpasses the Princess of Thrice.
If I may request your permission to speak, O Great One, before whom the mighty are meek.
By all means, Duchess.
From the rigors of travel, the princess is weary. Her senses are dulled and her vision is bleary. But I can assure you that when she has rested, the best you have heard is quite sure to be best.
I hope that's the case. If not, I'll soon be thanking your niece for taking the trouble to travel all this distance and wishing her a safe and speedy journey home.
There are only 5 guards. If you help me get them all into the cell, I can take them. It's impossible. We are forbidden to take up arms. It's the law.
Luncheon is served, Your Highness.
Thank you. Why did you thank you? Why did you look down like that? Because I'm no longer the reigning monarch. And by the law of right and good, only the reigning monarch can look into the countenance of a man. Orla, does the law of right and good command you to die? The law says that if a woman disobeys her husband, she will wander forever in the underworld, without family or friends, utterly alone. But if she dies in accord with the law, she'll be reunited with her loved ones. Eternal peace.
With grace, Connor, grace. The gavotte is a courtly dance, not a military march. Turning out, not in.
Why am I still in this room?
Because if you go nosing about the Margrave's palace without his permission, You'll be stopped by the first guard who sees you. We're to wait until the Margrave summons us. As I was saying...
Who is it?
It is I, the Margrave's herald. Forgive my intrusion. The Margrave has requested the princess's presence in the throne room.
Inform the Margrave we shall come at once.
Of course, Duchess. If you will inform the princess that she is looking lovely.
Yes.
Is her aunt, who has brought to the stone confines of Rothenburg a welcome breath of elegance and grace.
In order to comply with the Margrave's request, the princess must complete her toilette.
I think you have an admirer.
Is there any reason why I shouldn't?
Your Majesty, may I ask you a favor?
You have only to name it.
I've always dreamed of seeing the wonders of the Palace of Rothenburg. Would it be all right if I did some exploring?
Harold, give Prince Roderick the royal tour and see that you stay close by his side. We wouldn't want our guest losing his way.
And this is the very spot that the Duke of Aspasia was murdered in cold blood by his mad nephew Henrik.
Fascinating.
You can still see traces of his blood on the keystone of that arch.
Oh, madam, you dropped your handkerchief.
I believe that was an invitation, sir.
Of course, an invitation.
So the stories are true, Your Highness. 1,000 conquests to your name?
Well, who keeps count, really?
Whatever the numbers may be, perhaps you're in a position to offer me some advice in a matter of the heart.
Would the object of your affection happen to be my aunt, sir?
I've been alone in this palace for a long time.
I can put in a word for you. If you'll do me a favor in return.
Anything, sir?
Well, I'm building a dungeon back in Thrice, and I've heard there's nothing equal to the one you've got here. I'd love to have a look at it. Maybe get some ideas.
Alas, that is one favor I am forbidden to grant. You see, the entire north wing, which houses the dungeon, is off limits to visitors.
Well, unfortunately, my aunt's petticoats will be off limits to you, sir.
The stones for the dungeon were dragged by oxen from the quarry at Rivington. These are the